Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button. You want to see more? Hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Draft Day Sports College Basketball 2019, episode number 30. We are here at the end of our season, but we still hopefully have multiple games to play if we're fortunate enough to keep winning. Quick glance and a reminder, we finished the season at 11-5 in conference. That was just good enough to beat out Xavier and BYU for the automatic promotion spot, along with Wichita State and the Virginia Cavaliers. The three of us will be moving up to Conference D next season. I think it was St. Joe's who won the tournament, right? And meanwhile, we are now into the NCAA tournament after our first round victory over Providence, 79-62. Virginia won their game as well, though Xavier got knocked off by Georgia. That's going to now put us into the second round. And here is the first day of second round competition with UCLA taking on Missouri. We've got Maryland taking on Wichita State. And we'll see what happens in today's games. Wichita State won their game 100-88. You can see that right here. Maryland, the Terrapins, were the 10th ranked team in the nation, so they go down.
You have new mail.
UCLA beat Missouri. And here in the second round, you've got Georgia taking on Virginia. We, the 11 seed, are going to be playing Marquette, who are the 3 seed, 24-8 record. They are number 14 in the nation. And let's check out the scouting report for this game. They are in Conference C. They've got a 72% chance of winning this game. Points per game, we are almost identical. Points against, my defense is slightly better, but only by a point, so both teams extremely similar. Now, field goal percentage is one area, though, where there's a considerable difference. There's a near 8% advantage to Marquette, though we are a little bit better beyond the arc. And at the free throw line, rebounds, we have a significant advantage. Though they are a really strong blocking team, and we're pretty good at steals. Turnovers, we are level. So our two teams are very, very, very similar throughout the season. But of course, I've played in Conference E. They've played in Conference C. Their league's a little bit more prestigious, a little bit tougher, and that could be a problem for us. The backcourt advantage is going to go to them, as both players lead them to the advantage. We are level at small forward. King has the advantage at power forward, but Scott has a disadvantage at center, while our benches are level. That's not looking too good for us. Clearly, from the advantage, King is going to have a monster day if we are going to get into the next round. Let's go ahead and get to the second round here. Now, in terms of record seasons, if you track the game Decathlon at all, it's okay if you do not. If you're just here to watch the series, I understand completely. But in the game Decathlon, I'm trying to score 1,000 points. Now, the way that is tabulated is pretty well spread out. There's a lot of different places where the points come from. In the end, there's 200 points available for which conference I participate in. So each promotion is 10 more points in that quest. So as I'm going to be moving up to Conference D, I'm getting closer and closer on getting the maximum points there. Actually, it's just over 200 points available on that. So the other 800 points come down to what we do season by season and throughout our career. By the way, we have a 12-11 lead here 5 minutes into this first half. We've got a nice rebounding edge at the moment. We've committed 3 turnovers. They are still clean in that area. Field goals, neither team shooting. Oh, actually, we are shooting really well. We're 5 of 8. How is it that they are 5 of 15, even though we're out rebounding them? How are they getting so many shot attempts? I'm very confused by that. We're plus 6 in the rebounds, yet they've had 5 more shot attempts than us. Help me understand that one. Turnovers? Yeah, -3. That would lead to 3 extra shots, but they were plus 6. 5 rebounds more than them would, you know, yeah. Very confused. Anyway. 1 point lead here with 6 to play in the first half. Let's slow it down a little bit for now, and we'll probably go from speed 9, probably the rest of the game, until the final moments. We'll slow down, especially if we have a close game. With that free throw, we're level at 31. The other points, like I said, are a combination of short-term, long-term things. We get 5 points for every single win throughout the season, so we're sitting on 20 wins right now. So that's 100 points that I've earned this season that way. Wow, we just missed a dunk. At least we got the offensive rebound. Another offensive rebound. Boy, that's helping keep us in this game, but we've got to make some shots. Though we are 48% from the field, but they're 52% from the field, so it's not so good. And we ended up missing. There's a dunk. Nice. 2 minutes to go here in the half. A lot of missed shots here in the last stretch. Though we actually do have the momentum, surprisingly. It's all those offensive rebounds, turnover. Ouch. Still -3 there. Well, +7 in rebounds, though. Hopefully that advantage continues to grow throughout the game. That will very much keep us in this game. This is a good chance for a timeout, as we're going to lose a 30 at the half. And suddenly the game that was tied is turned into a 7-point deficit. We need to score. Come on! Jeez! We were like 0 for 8 on our final 8 shots of the half, and we now trail 44-37 at the half. So, wins each season. Accumulate, like I said, 5 points for each and every win. But the tournaments, good score there to start the second half. And a rebound there. Chance to score. Close that gap a little bit further. Another turnover. No, not a turnover. I don't know how we keep losing the ball, and they get it, and it's not from a missed shot or anything, and it's not a turnover. Very confusing. Well, anyway. I'm glad that we're dominating the rebounds. Finally, some made shots here. 2 out of 3 to start the half. Dead ball. I think that rebound might have gone out of bounds. Ooh, big 3-pointer there. Stretch me back out a little bit. So the tournaments are the main places where I earn the rest of the points. So there's a good chunk of points available. Ooh, I just realized the volume's probably a little loud on the game itself. Let me turn that down to where I normally have it. It should be a bit better now. That background noise from the crowd is a bit much. My other games all have the same consistent volume, but this game, it's a bit much. Good ball movement here. Working it inside. End up settling for a very long 3-pointer. And they do not have Damian Lillard range. And, yeah. Boy, down by 12. Not looking good right now. Dead ball. And we lost the ball. It's so weird what's going on. I'm very confused. Let's use a 30-second timeout here, as we need something going. We nullified their momentum. Foul. Another foul. Missed shot. Offensive rebound. Missed 3. We are down to 35% from the field. We have only made 2 shots of our last about 20. We were very, very high percentage, and now finally we make a shot. But our field goal percentage has absolutely plummeted here since partway the later end of the first where we missed about 8 shots to end the half. Now we've made 5 of 15 here in the second half. Ooh, foul called on that one. Bad timing on that, and we're also at a deficit on the fouls. They're right at 48%, so they're pretty close to 50% from the field here. Ooh, we missed both free throws. Jeez. This game is not going well. We are back within 9 points, but... Come on, we need a score. There's another foul. It's amazing they're only at 4, because I think I've seen all 4 fouls. Well, I've missed plenty of action here in the half. We are down to just 8.5 minutes to go in this game. And we send them for a 1-and-1. They get the first at least. Defensive rebound. Shot moved. Close range. Jumper. Can't get it. Well, mid-range jumper. At the elbow. Another mid-range. Offensive rebound. Putback is good. Again, we are called for the foul. We're sitting on 9 already, so it's going to be double bonus from here on out with 6.5 still to go in the half. There's a nice move to the inside and the finish. How are we looking? Clint King has 12 and 9. Lockwood has 10 points off the bench. Good game for him. Rick Scott's got 13. Anybody in foul trouble? We've got a few guys with 3. Granberry's sitting on 4 fouls. He's got 8 points. He's got 8 rebounds. It hurts having him out, though. He's only 2 of 8 from the field. Not much help off the bench. Russell's got 3 assists. Lead is down to 5 after that score, though, so we are very much still in this game with 4.5 to go. We need to stop here, though. Ball must have been knocked out of bounds. Missed 3 offensive rebound. Ouch, that hurts. We've been doing so well on rebounds, and then we give up the second chance points. Steal? Oh, another turnover. Force a turnover. Give up a turnover. Big three-pointer. It's a 3-point game with 3 minutes to play. Back to 5 here. Kicked ball. Working it inside. With the foul, we get 1. It's a 4-point game. Ooh, force them back out. They had the ball in close at the block. And missed shot. We got the rebound. We work it inside. That is Clint King. He misses the... It was a 1-and-1. Missed the free throw. Double free throws from Granberry, who's back in, now into double digits. He's got a double-double on the day. Clint King still hasn't grabbed a 10th rebound. And it's a tie game with 1 minute to play. Oh yeah. Let's slow this puppy down. 1 minute to play here. It's off the mark. Rebound goes to us. It's Rick Scott. We got Wynn on top with the ball. He's got some space. Is he going to look to 3? No, he passes it down to Rick Scott. Rick Scott sends it over to Washington. Washington mid-range. Turns it over. Under pressure, 28 seconds to go in this game. It is tied. There's the turnover. Let's use a timeout. 25 seconds. That's our last 30. We've got a full timeout left here with 21 seconds to go in the game. Granberry with the ball. 20 seconds to go. Moves it down to Win on the wing. Win with the three-pointer. It's up. It's good. 15 seconds left, and we lead 73-70. A chance to get to the Sweet 16. The three-pointer is no good. Rebound. It's offensive. We're going to have another chance here. 3 seconds. And that shot is no good. 2 seconds left. Rebound comes down. It is grabbed by Rick Scott, and that is going to be the game, the victory, the come from behind, 73-70. What a comeback. We were down pretty big there, and we pull it back in the final minutes on our only lead until well back into mid-first half. Was literally the final score of the game. Ooh, Virginia upset by Georgia, knocks them out. I think that's who we play next, is Georgia in the Sweet 16, if I have my tournament bracket in my head correctly. We are New Orleans region, and yes, it is. It is Georgia that we're going to play in the Sweet 16. If we get to the Elite 8, we will take on the winner of North Carolina and my alma mater, the Oregon Ducks. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the Denver region, we have St. John's and Purdue, along with Nevada and Duke. Indianapolis, Arizona State, and Wichita State. So Wichita State has gone through Arizona State with the upset of the 1 seed Syracuse. Meanwhile, North Carolina State and Miami, the other top 2 seeds, they do survive. And in the Charlotte region, Michigan State still alive along with UCLA. And then Cincinnati and Cal, the Bears, an 11 seed surviving. So let's see. We are an 11 seed. Cal is an 11 seed, and we are the 2 lowest seeds left in the tournament in the Sweet 16. I hate how it does that. If you're on a different day, it doesn't let you get back to the games. It just says stop sim. There we go. Pittsburgh, Central Florida, the CIT. See how Pittsburgh does in that game. They win, so they move on. Alright, Sweet 16, we've got Wichita State and Arizona State. Wichita has a really good chance of getting through this one.
You have new mail.
They do not, though, so they get knocked off by the Sun Devils, 80-63. Are we the last hopes for the conference now? Ooh, yes. I've got a 64% chance in this. Points per game, about the same. Points against, about the same. We have same spread. Field goal percentage, they have an advantage, but it's a bit closer. 3-point, we have a 4 percentage advantage. That's pretty significant. Same at free throws. Rebounding, again, a significant advantage. This is looking very similar. The only thing is the turnovers is 1 lower. Now here, again, the guards, the backcourt have the advantage, but unlike the last game, Granberry, King, and Scott all have an advantage. Oh boy. Can we dominate the post in this game? That's what it's going to take. With an advantage at all 3 of these positions, and all 3 of them being good rebounders, can this be a very dominant rebounding performance to get us into the Elite 8? Their best player is point guard Jim Avery. Normal paced offense. Some offensive freedom baskets. Half court, they support a balanced attack, with the primary set being the Princeton. Defense, they press at points. The half court primary defense is man-to-man. And they go full court man-to-man. So, man-to-man is exploitable, especially when you dominate certain areas. I could see us definitely winning this game. But will we? Will we, though? We were not favored to win the last, and we did. I've made it to the Sweet 16 multiple times. Last series and this series. A continuation. Not sure if I've gotten to the Elite 8 yet, though. Now, back on that subject of the game of Decathlon and scoring there for just a moment here. That later part was most of the points that come from short-term, long-term of tournaments, as Georgia has an early 4-0 lead here. And we get on the board, 4-2. The short-term accumulates a lot of points. So the conference tournament, a win there is an extra 50 points. And then the NCAA tournament or the other tournaments at lesser values are where you can really accumulate the most points. So each round you get deeper into the tournament, the more points that I'll pick up. By the way, we have a 2-point lead here with 13 to play in the half, so we're looking good early on. Rebounds are about level. Turnovers are advantage to us. Neither team shooting well here early on, both about 40%, and it's 15 to 14. The long-term one is the small point value that goes to conference tournament wins that become permanent. So I get 10 points for every conference tournament win, and that sticks with my score all time. And then same for those other tournaments. If I win those tournaments, I get permanent point values. And it depends on which tournament, but they are significantly higher. So that's going to be eventually, if I'm going to get this game to 1,000, which is my goal. It is my objective. Yes, I want to win the NCAA tournament, but that does not necessarily mean I'll reach 1,000 points. I want to build a dynasty. I want to win more than one tournament. We trail by 4 here with 3.5 to go. So we got a close game back and forth here. A lot of lead changes in this one. Rebounding wise, we are still in that pretty close range, though we're -2 at this moment. Turnovers just +1. Neither team turning the ball over much, so we're both protecting it. Both in the low 40s on field goal. Both with 9 free throw makes on 14 and 16 attempts respectively, so neither team doing well there. We are 4 of 8 beyond the arc, so not very many attempts. We go on a little run to end the half, and it's 47-40. Second half ready to get underway here in this Sweet 16 matchup, and we start the second half with a bucket to stretch the lead to 9. Now 11. Now it's a little bit back and forth. 10-point lead here. I got to keep an eye on the momentum, as I would like to keep them from building much momentum. So if they get a couple buckets and have a little momentum, I will use a timeout here. But we're down to 15. Neither team has scored for a while. They've got some momentum right now. I'll score here, and I would... Nope. Momentum gone. Alright, we're going to slow it down to 9 here with 12 to play in the game. Actually, let's slow it down to 8. So it's 53-47. Let's take a look now at those stats as they close it down a little bit further. And I have not scored in a while. I'm really tempted to use a timeout. But try to let the team play out of it. There we go. Nice. Glad I didn't use it. That big dunk built some momentum for the team. So rebounds were a -2. Turnovers is a +4. That's one area where we're doing well. Both teams now below 40% or right about 40%. Free throws is staying the same. Same makes on 2 less attempts. 3-pointers, though, both teams have 4 makes. We've done it on 12 attempts. They've done it on 21. They're just 19% from 3. The lead stretched a little bit right now, 57-49 with 10 minutes to play. And another bucket there puts the lead to 10. Myers misses that shot. We got the rebound to Clint King. That's his 9th of the game. He's on 16 points, so he is dominating today. Washington, even though we have a disadvantage at the guard position, has 16 points. He's got 3 assists on 5 of 10 shooting. Meanwhile, Eric Wynn has 11 points on 4 assists. He's got 3 rebounds, 4 of 9 shooting. Between the guards, just 2 turnovers. So they're having a good day despite being the ones at the disadvantage, which is something they're used to all season. They tend to do well anyway. Rebound there for Eric Wynn. His 4th of the game. He's now got the ball. He's going to attempt the 3. It's a miss, though. And the ball's going to come the other way. The lead's down to 8. So got to be careful. I still have all these timeouts left to use with 8 minutes. We still have the momentum, so no reason to take a timeout. Ball down low to Jamal Hunter. And Eric Wynn drives and dunks. Nice score for him. That's his 13th point of the game. This is that point in time where a lot of my bench players are getting some minutes here. And yet they're still producing as we go plus 10 in the scorebook. Turnover there, and it's our ball. 7 to play. That ball's lost by Wynn. His third turnover of the game. Oh, still counted as 2. I don't know how, but okay. Not much production from the bench here, but those players aren't getting as many minutes as they normally do. Rick Scott is 1 of 12 from the field in this game. He is having a terrible day. Luckily, it's only 1 turnover at least. He does have 8 rebounds, so he's contributing that way. Nobody's in major foul trouble, though we have 3 fouls for Wynn, Washington, and King. A score there cuts the lead back to single digits. They've got a little bit of momentum. We're up by 10. If they score, I might use a timeout. We'll see how much of a momentum swing that it uses, but with just over 5 minutes to play, let's go ahead and use timeout here. 30 seconds. There we go. Take that momentum away. Regain control here. We get the 2, we get the and 1, and we make the free throw 3-point play, and it's 68-57. 41%. They are 37% from the field, and I think we could be on our way here at 70-57. Working the ball, mid-range, swinging it to the other side. The three-pointer is no good. He had pressure. Pressure forced the miss. Foul puts us to the line. It's a 1-and-1. It's a miss. We have just 5 fouls. They have 9, so we're going to be into the double bonus from this point on. And Lockwood, nice driving play towards the baseline in there, and takes the short to mid-range jumper, just a little outside the block. Free throws for a win. Both are good. And it's 74-58. 3.5 to play. A few rebounds here, and we could put this game away. A few made free throws, and we could put this game away. 1 of 2 there, but we get the offensive rebound. Chance for 3 points on the possession, and we get it. 77-58. We're nearly up by 20 points now. Things are looking good. Clint King now into double-double territory with 18 and 10. Granberry has 10 rebounds himself, but he still needs 3 points to get to a double-double. Washington, though, the big scorer, leading scorer with 19. Meanwhile, for them, it's pretty spread out. They only have a single player in double digits, and it's only 11 points that he has on 4-14 shooting for Woolham. This shot there, rebound by Rick Scott. That's his 10th now, so he's also inching closer to double-double range. It'd be nice if he can get a made field goal, which, by the way, he has. He's gotten to 2 now. Made bucket there, cuts the lead to 16. Offensive rebound, another chance, another miss. That was Granberry. He had back-to-back missed threes. He's now just 2 of 11 from the field. So Granberry and Rick Scott both struggling, and yet we're up by 13, and it's just 30 seconds left to go here. Okay. Let's not use the timeout. Good. I was about to call a play. 25 seconds. 20, 19. Clock's running. They're not fouling. Okay, they fouled in the end. But no need to use those timeouts. It's 81-64. Final seconds. 9, 3, 2. Balls in. No foul. 81-64. Final score. Rebounds ended up -1. But turnovers was a hefty +7. Field goals, just 41% from the field, which is our average throughout the season, but we held them to 34%, well below, more than 10% below their average. Free throws, we were right about even between the two of us, though we got to the line a little bit more than them. Three-pointers was rough. We had 4 makes early. We were 4 of 8. We finished 4 of 17, so we missed our last 9 three-point attempts, but luckily they were also shot poorly from 3. Rick Scott did get his double-double in the end with 10 points. Jason Washington led all scorers with 21. Though Woolham got hot down the stretch, he picked up 6 more points in those final minute and a half or so. But just like that, we are now into the Elite 8, and I have just surpassed my highest score of all time. And I think we're up to over 500 points for this season, for this playthrough at the moment. So that's still well short of 1,000. It's going to take a lot more. We've still got work to do if we're going to get any further in this tournament. It'll depend a lot on matchups. Georgia was a team we could handle. But who will we get next? Well, it was either Oregon or North Carolina, and both of those are going to be tough matchups. Oregon was in Conference A for a long time. I think they got relegated and went to Conference B this season, which is why they've been so dominant all of a sudden. North Carolina is number 2 in the nation and a number 1 seed in this conference. So both in this region, both of those teams are going to be a major threat and will be lucky to get any further than where we've gotten now. All right, so I think we should be down to the Elite 8 now. Michigan State beats UCLA, so that's the 1 seed surviving. Cincinnati beats Cal, so we are now the lone seed beyond, 7? I think Cincinnati might be the highest seed left at 7, besides myself. Find out here in a second. No, Arizona State's an 8 seed, that's right, after they upset Syracuse. So Arizona State's through, and Miami is through over North Carolina State. So no top seeds left in that one. It's North Carolina who beats Oregon 71-51. So I'm going to take on the number 2 team in the nation with a 30-4 record. Yeah, there you go. North Carolina, number 2 in the nation. That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. I think our dream is going to end here, but this is still an outstanding performance, an Elite 8 appearance. This is going to build our prestige a good bit by getting this deep into the tournament and getting promoted into Conference D while we're at it. By the way, I'm nervous about next season as I've got a lot of guys graduating. Nevada, 68 over Duke, so the 4 seed out. Nevada moving on, so that a 1 seed there. They're ranked number 4. Here we've got St. John's losing to Purdue, so the 6 seed surviving. So we've got an 8 seed, and then myself as an 11 seed are the lowest seeds left in this one. But we've got a 7, we've got a 6 that survived. We've got a 3 and a couple 1s. A few 1s left. So 3 1 seeds still left in this. All the 2 seeds are gone. Interesting. Finish the week off. Now, if we had anybody left at all, I still actually have 2 scholarships left to give out, if you remember from those previous episodes, that I could go for. But the 2 guys that I was going for, they just really weren't good enough, and I don't want to give them scholarships and waste them on them. So I figured it was better to hang on to those scholarships for now and go after it next year, because next year we only have, 1 more to give out or something like that, so we'll have 3. And I like that much better. Much better. So North Carolina scouting report, Conference A, 30-4, number 2 in the nation. Oh my goodness, an 11% chance. So you're saying there's a chance. They're better scoring. They're better at defense. They're better shooting. They are about the same on 3-point percentage. We shoot better from the free throw line. We do rebound a little bit better. They're better individually defensively. They protect the ball slightly better. There's still something here to be said. Clint King, 4.5 stars, is at a disadvantage to Fisher, who must be 5 stars, and he's a freshman. Cornell's a freshman. Trilly is a freshman. And 2 sophomores. That's how good North Carolina recruits. Granberry is level at 4 stars with Wilson. Holy cow. Huge disadvantage. Trilly is the best player as a freshman. Normal paced offense, some offensive freedom. Half court, they support an inside attack with their primary stat being the high post offense, or primary set. They seem to press a lot. Half court, the primary defense is a 1-3-1 zone. Pressure defense, they go for full court man to man. Okay, well, we've got this far. Tournament. It's been nice knowing you. Actually, it has been really nice. I mean, single 8-8. I'm happy to be here. I'm just a little scared. Aren't you? Truly? 18.8 points per game. Everybody double-digit scoring. Yikes. Clint King. Better rebounder. It's going to take a monster performance from, well, everybody. But look at that. 4 seniors in the starting lineup. That's what I have to replace for next season. I'm not as worried about Washington and Wynn, but these 3 guys are going to be big losses because they're all 4-star players. But I hope this builds our prestige a good bit. Now let's go speed 10 for a little bit. This could get ugly. Hey, we scored first. We have a lead. We had a lead. It's 2-4. Celebrate the small stuff. It's 2-6. Yay, we scored again. We doubled our score. It's 4-9. Rebounding's already a -3. I thought maybe we'd get an advantage here, but these guys are just so good. Turnovers a -1. Field goals, both teams shooting poorly. Yay defense. They are 6 of 8 from the free throw line. We haven't even had an attempt. We have 8 fouls. They have 1. Ouch. Oh, they committed a second foul. Oh, are you kidding me? It's 23-11. 23-13. Rebounds, -6. Turnovers, that's only -1 now. They are settling in the low 40s now. And we've had a few free throw attempts finally. Yeah, we're struggling. We're only down 10, though. They have some momentum right now, though. Let's use the timeout here to take away from that momentum a little bit. 19-31. Come on, let's keep it respectable. This is good. Back down to 10. I like 10. 10 is good. We're fighting a lot better right now. 37-27. Okay. Not bad. It was starting to get ugly, and it's very much not ugly right now, but it is a 12-point halftime deficit. Jamal Hunter's got 5 points off the bench. Good for him. Our only lead was 2-0. Second half ready to get started. We're -8 on rebounds. Turnovers, we leveled off at least. Field goal percentage, we've climbed up to 40. But the free throws thing is really hurting. 4 of 5 versus 12 of 16. Major disadvantage in fouls early on. Clint King sitting on the bench with 3 fouls. And having barely done anything, he's got 2 rebounds in this game. He's attempted a single field goal. So Clint King barely around. I need to get King out there. Can I get you in? So edit from the table below, and then click the player here you wish to replace. See, it doesn't let me select. It's like you have to have it set to manual for that to work. Oh, He's not even playing, and yet he's picked up his 4th foul. How did that happen? Clint King hasn't even come into the game, and now we have 4 fouls. Okay. Thanks. He didn't even enter the game. On the bench, he picked up his 4th foul. Rick Scott's got 3 fouls. We've got no chance without our best player. We're down by 15. 10 minutes ago. And Clint King didn't even play and picked up a foul. Nick Few was in, and then I go to sub King in for Nick Few to let him play with 3 fouls. He never even entered, and then all of a sudden he had 4 fouls. By the way, Rick Scott, great day for him. 21 points, 10 of 14 shooting. He's only got 3 rebounds, though. Hunter and Granberry are the ones getting the rebounds, at least. Clint King back into the game. 5 minutes to play. We're down by 13. This is a very respectable second half, as we're only at -1 for the entire half. We do have timeouts to use, so I should start using those. Take that momentum away. Try to build some for us. Maybe 2 minutes. No, we're down by 19. I'll just speed up. Our tournament is going to come to an end here against the 1 seed, against North Carolina. We have not reached this level. Clint King, 2 points, 2 rebounds. Didn't foul out of the game, at least. He didn't commit another foul play in the final 5 minutes of the game. But final score, 87-67. -14 on the rebounds. Of course, Clint King only played a few minutes the entire game. No idea how he collected that 4th foul. I mean, please tell me, if you watch it back, if you watch closely, if you saw that 4th foul. Let me know in the comments, because that was pretty unbelievable. I'm sure I had to have missed it. He must have subbed in, and immediately they attacked him. And I could see the Tar Heels knowing how to do that, and seeing, oh, he's got 3 fouls, drive straight at him. That's what you do. But yeah, they got all sorts of guys in double-digit figures. Absolutely dominated the game, but we kept it respectable. I mean, we were down 13 with about 2 to play, and we were down 12 at half, so that was nice, though we did end up losing by 20. But the fouls thing absolutely just destroyed our day. I mean, they had 15 more free throw attempts than we did. And our best player literally sat out the entire game. I don't know if he played 4 minutes in that game. It was probably more than that, but I'm going to go back and look at the box score and see how many minutes he played. Because that was absolutely the most decisive factor, besides playing the North Carolina Tar Heels, number 1 seed, number 2 in the nation, Conference A, very much a better team. Points in the paint, second chance points, 21-4, fast break points, 22-8. I mean, that's all significant stats. Clint King played 13 minutes for the game. Most of those in the first half. But that's a terrible stat. I mean, that is a terrible stat, and we really struggled without him. Lockwood, bunch of minutes off bench, 3 of 13. That certainly didn't help us. Granberry was 3 of 12. So, our season, our run ends there. I'm about to wrap up this episode, but there's still a little bit left to play. Let's see who ends up winning the tournament, at least. Pittsburgh, CIT, definitely getting into the late rounds there. Pitt loses, though, so they're going to be out. That was 84-72. So the Cyclones win that one. Definitely down to the Final Four at this point. I'm not happy with how it ended, but I'm definitely happy with how it went to get there. I mean, 22-11, an Elite 8 appearance. That's a massive season. And that was 22-11. I mean, we didn't go out there and crush everyone. We took losses. We had a tough schedule all year long, and we fought through, and we held suit. I mean, we won 2 out of every 3. We were so consistent about that all season long. 67% win percentage. Final 4, Michigan State 76, Miami 71. So Michigan State into the championship game, and North Carolina 77-65 over Nevada. That's your national championship matchup right there.
You have new men.
And it's Michigan State 69-56 over North Carolina. So the 1 and 2 seeds play each other, and Michigan State wins the tournament. Now, we'll take a look at the awards as our final piece as I end this episode. And yeah. There we go. Conference E. Nope. We'll skip the recap and we'll go straight down to Conference E. And actually, you know what? Didn't we have a finalist? Ooh, Marquette. Really? We played Marquette and they won. Carey, Turner, freshman of the year. Carey, defensive player of the year. Turner, coach of the year. Sean Miller from Michigan State. First team All-American. Dearborn, Bradley, Banta, Maddox, Scott Joseph. What about second team All-American? Does Clint King? He got it! Clint King! Second team All-American. That is fantastic. That's what I was looking for, just to see if he's got something award-wise. Player of the year has got to be Clint King. It is. This year, fantastic job. 14.5 points per game. 13 rebounds a game. Nearly 3 blocks a game. And a steal and a half to go with it. Freshman of the year, Drew Collins. Defensive player of the year, Clint King. Coach of the year, Kermit Davis at Virginia. First team all-conference is, of course, going to include Clint King. That's given. And what about second team? Anybody else get any awards, any accolades, or is it just King? Nope, just King. That's okay, though. That is okay. Fantastic job. Second team All-American for Clint King on his senior year. I'm really glad he stayed for all 4 years. But that's going to do it for this episode and this season. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my Road to the Record. Bye for now.